Hello again YouTube, this is Pure230688 aka BW Angelos, and I'm here to bring you a 2v2 commentary video on the Provence map. Okay, I know it's been a week since my last vid, that's because, nah, I haven't got an excuse, I'm just lazy. Yeah, I have been a bit busy, but I probably could have uploaded one sometime. Anyway, this will have to do for the moment. I have a really good battle I want to show everyone, but it's 45 mins. So, yeah, screw that for editing all that crap. Take me all day doing that. Imagine 45 mins, you've got to get it down to 10, then I've got to put commentary on it. Oh, anyway, enough ranting, I forgot this, the battle's already started. Okay, I play as Sweden, and my ally is SynopticAG, and we're up against two Prussian players. And this battle, I'm going to show you how being too smart is never a good idea, i.e. thinking too much. Okay. Right, my opponent in front of me shifts half of his force towards his ally. Now, obviously, like I said in the previous in my previous vid I uploaded, when you have a large force you can see, or like a small force you can see, you're gonna, unless you're like dumb or retarded, you know that the rest of the force is going to be hidden, and this is the case. So I'm engaging his main body. And then what I'm simply going to do is I'm going to send Cav and find the hidden units. I also, because I know what I'm doing, I pan the camera over to where the trees are, and I can hear horses whinnying. So I know he has hidden Cav in the trees. That's a way of finding hidden units. You just want to be panning your Cav over forested areas, and if he's got Cav in there, you can hear them. And if he's moving units, moving hidden units, you can hear their footsteps. So there you go. There's two ways of finding hidden units. You've heard it here first. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send two, I can't remember what they're called, lifeguard of horse or something like that. They're pretty lame Cav, to be honest. I'm going to send them and some two line inf units to scout that area and see what I can find. And ooh, look what I found! Just popping out like a jack in a box, a Prussian Jaeger just pops out in the middle of nowhere with no support. What do? Yep. Obvious thing, send my heavy Cav in and crush him. I know he's got Cav in the wood just in front of me. You can see the tiny little wood. So that's why I've dispatched some line inf to help me out. What his plan was, because it's a fairly straightforward plan, was make my line turn a flank towards his hidden units, engage me in the front, and engage me in the flank. It's what I did in the previous vid, but this is the way not to do it. Okay. Now you don't want to firstly hide units like Jaegers with absolutely no support in the middle of nowhere. I mean, if you look where his units were hidden, the grass is about 2 inches long anyway. So I don't know how on earth they were hiding in that grass. I mean, you can see it here. This is the grass. This is the grass they were all hiding in. You're telling me that I can't see a unit in that grass? I mean, what are they? Hobbits, dwarves, or are they garden gnomes? You know, I should be able to see them from a greater distance, and I don't care if I can only see him with skirmishers. I can probably see him with, you know, from the other side of the map. Okay, so anyway, he springs his Cav ambush, and he sends some Jaegers out as well. I simply charge the Jaegers to pin him down. I charge the Cav with my Inf and get him into a square. And I charge his Cav as well. Now, he does a very silly thing here. Now, watch his second Hussars. Very useful units he could have used to destroy all my Cav, because I didn't realise he had so many on this flank. That's a mistake by me. But look what he does. He just sends him in front of my line, and I think my line is slightly surprised to start with, and then they realise, well, this is probably the easiest kill I'm ever going to get, because they just run right in front of my entire line and my rifles, and by the time they charge my middle rifle unit, there's like 10 left, and look, he's wasted all of his Cav. But anyway, it helps me out, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. But seriously, if you do not want to be doing something like that, if you want to charge anything with light Cav, it's got to be from the front. Got to be from the front? No, it's not got to be from the front. It's got to be from the rear or the side. And basically, you want to be using their maneuverability to disrupt enemy units. So I brought two light Dragoons here because the Swedish Cav, there's like twice as many of them. Well, Dragoons anyway. So I'm going to send them off to harass the Prussian Jaegers. You might have noticed that I have not focused anything on Synoptic at the moment. That is because Synoptic was asleep at this time. Because of the time difference, I think he let me do virtually everything in this battle. which is rarity for me. But you know, I normally he's the one racing off, doing everything, and I get left behind. But today it's me. Well, this was actually filmed like a month ago, so not today really. Anyway, we will show something of Synoptic. He does do something eventually. You can see he comes in with his other cav from the other side and tries to get me in a pincer move. But I mean, by the time his heavy cav get over to back his light cav up, I've routed all of his light cav. I send my Dragoons in to like disrupt his heavy cav while my line imp pull over and give assist. Mistake. That was a mistake. That's a don't do as Pule does. Because why don't do as Pule does? It's because my cav are so far away from any support, and they're Dragoons against Curiasters. So my Dragoons get pasted, and by the time my line imp get over it, he runs off. So that was a mistake. Anyway, meanwhile, all I'm doing at the moment is I've harassed his main line with my skirmishers, because he had most of his skirmishers on the opposite side of the map, slowing me down. Oh dear. Oh, Synoptic will not like this, but I have to show it. This is to show how tired he was. He must have been tired. That was his cav, and he charged into a load of stakes. Oh dear. He won't like me showing that. But yeah, trust me, it's like 2 in the morning when we were doing this. So I mean, any human would be tired. So it's a surprise he didn't make more mistakes, to be honest. Anyway, like I said, most of the Prussian Jaegers were over the other side of the map, hidden, and he only had 2 with his main line. So all I do is I wipe those 2 out with my 6, and then I just focus the rest on his line. You can see here the line it by fire by line drill, how it's done properly. So basically, I just harass his main line, annoy it. Anyone's going to get annoyed when you get shot at from 125 meters. Anyway, you can see it's going to waver and route. Anyway, that's the end of part 1. Part 2 is coming up, and I'll be uploading that shortly.